Alright, as per my last video of getting the old engine out, let's just crack a beer first. There we go. New engine's in. As I said yesterday, I might have misspoke. I've been drinking pretty heavy since not working. Government's paying for me to drink beer and swap an engine. Fuck yeah. But new engine's in. Is 169, 170-ish thousand kilometers on it. Went in fairly easily. As you can notice, something a little different. I took the whole front clip off. Bumper sitting over there, the clip sitting right there. And the only reason I did that is I was supposed to have a helper today. My cousin was supposed to come by and help. But like I said, we're right in the middle of the COVID crisis, and he was up all night, feeling sick, coughing. So I told him, stay the hell away from me, bro. So I figured, I can get this in myself. And surprisingly, I got this in like, well, once the clip was off, I got this in like an hour. Like all together today, I've like worked maybe 3 hours, which is decent. I'm amazed it went in this easily. The only real problem was, I knew it was going to be an issue, was lining the bell housing bolts up and getting it at the right angle so the balancer on the crankshaft wasn't hitting the frame railings. I mentioned that in my last video, how much of a pain in the ass that was. Another thing I didn't really want to do was I don't want to set my beer down for this. Was the harness for the lights. Took that off. Took it off completely, so I could swing it around over here, so I could have go however low or however high I wanted, putting the engine in. But it actually went surprisingly easily. Like, no real major hang-ups where I had to beat something to death with a screwdriver or a hammer. Got good clearance on the pulleys there. So everything's lined up. I'm like, something's gonna go wrong tomorrow. I know it. And tomorrow's plan is get everything wired the best I can. Like anything at the back, we're gonna put the exhaust manifold on once I have everything put in down there. Get everything wired as best I can at the front. I'm gonna change the alternator on it since I have it out. You see, that one's a bit rusty. This one actually looks fairly new. That's off the old motor, and I know it charges, so it's not like I'm putting a dead alternator in it. And I took the starter and idler pulley off it as well. I had to change the thermostat housing as well, because I took the thermostat housing off. It is over there, the old motor, and it looks pretty new. It's still got a barcode on it. It's not covered in oil or grease. So I'm going to put that on it. I think I'm going to do while it sits, because I notice the intake is filthy. I got the can of Seafoam, like the spray, with the weird nozzle on it. I'm going to spray the whole intake with Seafoam best I can, just to kind of let it soak and clean out. Then when I fire it up, it'll just smoke a little bit. It's whatever. For the front clip, took the washer reservoir out, unhooked these for the power steering. I was gonna take like the front clip off with like fenders and everything, but then I really didn't need to take the fenders off. It would have literally done nothing. But the front clip literally couldn't be easier to take off. It's just 4 bolts there, 4 bolts there. You're gonna have to take the bumper off to get to the bottom bolts. I'm sure you could probably get to them without them. You're going to be bashing your fingers. It just makes life a whole lot easier. Or the front cord, front clip, whatever. Full set. AC rad and the radiator. Everything, just one piece. Couldn't have been easier. Just the thing is, those bolts were pretty rusted. I've got my gun cleaning kit. Comes with a bunch of like wire brushes for cleaning down the barrel of a gun. I'm going to run through here all the threaded pieces just to kind of clear them out so I'm not yakking the threads. I really wish my place had like a hose hookup back here or something, because I'd really love to get a power wash. I would have loved to have gotten a power washer in here and done some like hot soap and water, clean all the gunk, get everything out. But it is what it is. Maybe I'll Maybe tomorrow I'll just grab some like dish soap or something, do like a quick once around, and then pour some pots of hot water on it or something, just to kind of clean it up a bit. I was gonna take the intake off, clean the motor, and just wire brush it or sand it down, and blow it off with an air gun. Again, don't have an air gun. I was gonna do that, and I was gonna try and paint the motor like a dark blue. But I'm in a bit of a crunch because today is, what's today? Today's Saturday. So 1 week from today, it's turkey season in Southern Ontario. So I kind of want to get this done for that, because as much as this thing has been reliable, other than occasionally having to start it with a screwdriver, it's been pretty reliable. But I don't really want to rip around in this anymore. I've had this car for 2 years, and it's a good car. It's a great car. It has 309,000 kilometers on it. But I'm going to keep it around just a little bit longer, because I would like to see 310. Just literally because I told a buddy it'll make it to 310. Oh, grab my beer. So yeah, that's an update. I had to hit some weird angles going in on this. Like, I had to have it like as far down as it would go, and then like shimmy, get the clutch past the bell housing. One of the regrets is I did scrape the clutch pretty bad going into the bell housing, but you know what, it's in. I just hope that's the end of it. What else do I have to do? Tomorrow's job is just going to be wiring all the small things, and then maybe at the end of the day, if it doesn't rain, 'cause it's supposed to rain tomorrow, tomorrow's going to be put the front clip back on, and then I'll wire that the day after tomorrow. I do have to change the oil. I drained all the oil out of it yesterday. What else? Oh, belt. I gotta take that off. I'm gonna put a new one on it. It probably doesn't need a new one. I could probably reuse that one, but you never know. And I was gonna take the one off the old motor, but I'd just rather have a new one. State of mind, I guess. Trying to think anything else. I think that's about it. Oh, okay, I know my other videos only has like 3 views, and I'm like delusional thinking people are gonna view this and comment. But if anyone knows, because I hate these, I don't know what you call them, canister or paper filter style oil filters. I don't like them. I've never liked them. I hate doing them. I just don't think they work as well as like a Fram filter, the good tough grip ones, screw on. I just don't like them. So if anyone knows if there's an adapter out there that bolts up to this block, the 2.3, and lets me run a Fram filter, if anyone knows if there's one out there, I would love if you would drop a link. It's like Amazon or eBay or something. This just doesn't work for me. I hate the paper filters, but I'm gonna change it tomorrow. Maybe, or whenever I get around to it. So today's Saturday. My goal by Wednesday is to have it running, and then I'm gonna imagine it's gonna be another 3 to 4 days of chasing check engine lights, and oh, this is hooked up wrong, that's hooked up wrong, this isn't hooked up at all. Oh, O2 sensor. I need an O2 sensor because I pulled that out pulling the old motor out. I pulled the, let's see if I can show you. Yeah, right there. I pulled it right out of the sock, right out of the clip. I got the clip there. I don't know, I could probably redneck rig something up, but we'll see what happens. I might just go ahead and get a new one. I might get 2 new ones if I can get it running and it runs good enough to warrant spending money on it. I'll get 2 new ones. But yeah, that's my update, Saturday update. And like I said, I want to get it done within a week, just because turkey season's coming up. I don't want to miss turkey season. I've got some payback coming for the turkeys. Need some redemption. I think that's about it. So, Saturday. Stay safe. Have a good one.